Hey everybody, Natalie here from TotallyDazzled.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful sparkly vase out of our rhinestone mesh ribbon, also known as bling on a roll. For today's project, you'll need a vase, your rhinestone mesh, scissors, and a glue gun or some strong glue dots or E6000 glue. When applying the rhinestone mesh to a vase or anything for that matter, definitely straight sides are better than curvy ones. So something like a rectangle or a square vase work really, really well. Cylinder vases are probably the easiest to work with, whereas something like this one that has a lot of curving to it, it's still possible to cover it in the rhinestone mesh, but it's a lot harder and it takes a lot more time. So, you know, if you just want to get the projects done quickly and easily, definitely recommend a cylinder or a rectangle shaped vase. So I'm going to demonstrate on the rectangle vase here for you. So the first thing we're going to need to do is apply some glue to one length of the rhinestone mesh, the backing of course, the rough side, or the non-sparkly side. And then we can apply that to the base of our vase. I'm going to cover the whole vase for this project. For a square vase, I like to put a little dab of glue on each side. If you're doing a cylinder, just one dot of glue at the very beginning and end of each strip is enough, but I like to do it, just creates a tighter look. So roughly here, it doesn't have to be right in the middle, just somewhere, just to make sure it all stays nicely in place exactly where you want it. Okay, and onto this side. Again, just any one of these strips, anywhere on each side. Again, this isn't a necessary step, just depends on how picky you are. If you're in a rush, you do not need to do this step. And then here you're going to want to line it up and measure at what point you need to cut off your stones so they best line up. So my measurement is right there. Apply glue to this last piece. Again, if you're doing it the quick and dirty way, then you only need to apply quick piece of glue, strip of glue on the first end and on this last end. The main thing you want to do is line up your stones so that these are it's a consistent row. Okay, so there's one strip done. Now I want to cover the entire vase, so I'm going to add another strip. And now my rhinestone mesh is a little bit too long, that's no problem. And definitely save these pieces of scrap. They're perfect for making napkin rings out of, decorating votive candle holders. There's a million things that you can do with these little pieces of scrap, so definitely do not throw them out, save them. They will come in handy. Okay. Line it up. Try and get it on nice and straight. And then it's just a matter of doing the exact same process again. You don't need too much hot glue on the back here. You don't want it to poke out. Just a thin ribbon is more than enough just to keep everything in place. I'm going to cut a little bit more length off of here. All of these vases I just got from my local dollar store. It's a great resource for vases and expensive vases. Michael's is a good source as well. Definitely recommend waiting for some of their coupons if you're buying from them. They have weekly offers typically that can save you a lot of money. Okay, and our last strip of glue on the very last row here. Seal it and finish it off. Again, we want to line everything up. And there you go, a totally sparkly, gorgeous vase that took a mere few minutes to make and cost hardly anything, and it looks really great. And the other thing that you can do, rather than cover the entire vase, is actually just put a strip on. That makes the project even that much more quick and easy, and also even more cost effective as you're using less of the mesh. So I'm just gonna cut this off. Okay, and just like we did for the last project, we're gonna apply a strip of glue here. And we're gonna put that, I want it about here. Put it anywhere you want, depending on the look that you're going for, the bottom, middle, anywhere. Okay, now we're gonna cut off this excess width. Super easy to cut, and because it's, you know, a graphic pattern on the back, it really gives you a line to follow when cutting, so you're guaranteed to get a nice perfect straight edge. Okay, now we're just gonna line it up and just measure. Let's see, so I need to stop right there. Cut that. Now, unlike the rectangle or the square vase where I put a little bit of glue on each side, when you're doing a cylinder, it's that much quicker and easier because you really only need to do the first and the last strip. Okay, line it up. And another thing that you can do, rather than just necessarily use them for flowers, is you can fill them up with water and put a simple floating candle inside. So that gives you a whole other look as well, which is super pretty and also extremely cost effective. And now I'm gonna get into the how to handle a curved vase, or even an angled vase. Anything that isn't straight up and down is gonna definitely be a much more challenging project. So I'm gonna give you just a quick idea of how to apply this to a vase that has a curve or an angle. Basically, because you're going to need a longer strip here at the top, and then narrower and narrow, and then wider and wider and wider again. You can't apply it in one solid piece or it's just gonna be a mess. So you need to apply it in 1 or 2 row strips, and then each strip will be a little bit shorter or longer than the other one. So technically you could cover the entire thing in the mesh. It's just gonna be a lot more of an involved project because you're gonna have a lot more cutting and strips to line up and measure. Another thing that you can do is this vase has sort of a somewhat flat part right here, and you could apply just a single row to get a similar kind of look as we did there, where it's not fully covered, but you have some sparkle on there, and it makes the project a whole lot easier, especially when you're dealing with a curved vase. So if you already have your vases and they're curvy or angled, this is a good alternate solution, is to just do one nice strip. Measure it and cut it. Okay. And then we just line it up just like all the other projects. And there you go. Gorgeous. So many different things you can do with this amazing Bling on a Roll product. I love it. I know you're gonna love it too. There's so many different things that you can do and so many different looks that you can achieve. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for shopping at totallydazzled.com.